Hello, my name is Daniel Burns, and I am the COO here at BSM. Chris is going on a well-deserved vacation today, so I am doing the Friday SEO tip for today. And one of the things that we take very seriously and it's very important, and I thought it was a good idea to share with everyone, is website security and how that affects SEO. The reason it's so important, case study, we had a client that didn't have very good security on his website, and they got hacked, and they had malware on the site. And what happens is Google re-indexed his website, and by the point that they re-indexed it, they put a warning on the search results saying this site might be infected. And eventually, what happened, because they got infected, they lost all of their rankings, essentially, right? For obvious reasons. Google doesn't want to put a site up there that people are going to click on and get infected. So what happens is because the website got infected, much of the SEO traction that has been gained over years from one minute to the other got lost. Not only that, the site got fixed within a couple of hours, but it took almost 6 months again for Google to bring back the rankings to where they were before. So the real bad side of being hacked or having a site that's not secure is that once you actually get put in the sandbox by Google, they're going to take their sweet time to get you back up. So you really want to do everything you can to be able to secure the site and make sure that this doesn't happen to you. So I'm going to show you what we do to our personal site and what we do to our customer sites. There's two things that are very, very important. First one, most importantly, is making sure that you're hosting, if you have a WordPress website, that you're hosting on a WordPress focused hosting, right? That they do really good infrastructure, really focused on WordPress. The company that we use that we really like is WP Engine. I've used a lot of different companies over the years. WP Engine, if you have a WordPress website, it's probably one of the best ones out there. Not only it's a great platform, it's got a really, really good user interface for the administration. One of the features that I love about them is that they have the ability for you to reinstate a backup right away. So if something happens, you can do that on your own really quickly. Customer support is awesome, right? So if there's anything with the site or with the hosting, there's always someone to chat with. But the important thing, really, and the reason that I reuse them for security reasons is that they are always updating the server side of things. So they're always upgrading the PHP. They're always sending you notifications if you have a plugin or a something in your site that could be a liability as well. So they're always proactively looking at the security and updating the website. So that's very important, number one. Number two, it's very important that you keep your plugins, especially if you're using WordPress, updated, right? Here we're looking at the plugins for our site. And you'll see what I did here is I enabled auto updates. And this is probably the best thing that you can do to make sure that these plugins are automatically updating. Again, this is probably one of the biggest liabilities or infiltration points for viruses is these plugins don't get updated, right? And if you could see here, there's probably one or two more that I have to update. But because I have these updates set to automatically update, they're automatically updating. So that's on the server side. That's the first thing that we do to our WordPress websites. The second thing is an additional layer of security, which does a lot of different things. Some of it which WordPress does, some of it which, WP Engine does, some of it doesn't. But I like to have a combination of both of these things in there. And this is Sukuri. So Sukuri is a company that focuses on cleaning sites that have been hacked. So if you ever get hacked, these guys are really good about going in there and cleaning things up. But they have a subscription plan that will look a little bit like this. And this is what our, again, Boulder Marketing SEO company, right? So the things that they're doing is they're always checking the website to make sure that it's not infected. And the thing about this, which is really cool, is that they'll check it. And if it's infected, they'll go in there and they'll clean it even before Google index it and picks it up, right? They have something here that's called a server side scanner. So there's a little piece of software inside the actual website, and they're scanning from the inside at all times, which is really great. The other thing is the site up and running. If the site goes down for any reason, I immediately get a notification, and then I know something's off and I can go there and address it. And last but not least, the firewall. So the firewall for us is really, really important, because what it does is I can prevent anyone from logging into our WordPress website, right? I have to go in here and I have to whitelist specific IPs. So if I have a new developer somewhere who's trying to log in, they're going to be blocked unless I give them access. So between the firewall and the server-side scanner and all of the protection that Sukuri gives you, and with the understanding that if something happens, they'll go in there and they'll fix it right away. And then all of the kind of WordPress-focused performance things and security that WP Engine gives you, those are the two things that we implement on our own site, and those are the two things that we implement for most of our customer sites that need that security. And what I'm talking about here is mostly WordPress today. If you have a Shopify website, Shopify takes care of all of that security, so that's not something that you have to worry about as much. But a WordPress website, you really have to be on top of things. There is, the WP Engine, affordable hosting, totally worth the cost. Sukuri, it's a yearly subscription, but in my view, it's totally worth it. It's a small price to pay to make sure that you have that peace of mind that your website is not going to get hacked, and most importantly, that you're not going to lose a lot of that SEO traction that you've gained over the years. I think that's really the big takeaway from here. So that's it. Keep your website safe and reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.